Hello, welcome to day 19 of the Advent calendar for grown-ups. I trust you're keeping well. And of course, a week today, it will all be over. So if you've still got a lot to do, you better get a move on. Well, today we're going to think about the wise men and the star which they saw in the east and followed and led them eventually to where Christ was. We don't know a great deal about these men. Tradition has it that there were three because of the three gifts. There may well have been more, but they are identified as being those who have seen the sign, have seen the star, which has pointed them and stimulated them to leave the comfort of their homelands and to travel to where Jesus was. Often they're depicted as men of learning and science and wisdom. And being wise is really important, isn't it? Nobody likes to be thought of as a fool or to have been following something that in the end was shown to be false. But their wisdom takes them, sadly, to a place which will have terrible, terrible consequences, and of what we will be hearing of a little later. It takes them to Herod's palace, because after all, where else should the one who's been born King of the Jews be found other than in a palace? That's human wisdom all over. And it's a reminder that when we begin to apply our own logic, our own wisdom to the story of God, invariably we go very, very badly wrong. And the consequences of going to Herod's palace will be awful and terrible for baby boys under the age of 2. But eventually they are led to where they find Christ. And when they see him, they are overjoyed and they bow down and worship and offer him those wonderful gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh, which we're so familiar with. It's a reminder, isn't it, that true wisdom ultimately is found not in our own understanding, but following God's direction for our life that leads us ultimately to Jesus Christ. The Bible tells us that its message is able to make us wise, and wise unto salvation, which is a wonderful thing. And where is that salvation found? Well, not in ourselves or in another human being, but is found in Christ himself. Years ago, it used to be common in churches to see posters or to hear it quoted in sermons. Wise men followed Jesus. They still do today. A little bit corny, really, but there is truth in it. True wisdom is found in following Christ. Are you following Christ? Well, may God bless you and keep you today and encourage you in all that you have to do.